Good morning, and thank you for being here with me today. So, I'm going to do a little bit of a different thing than I normally do. I will finish this with a crystal bowl sound bath meditation sort of thing. So, if you are looking for cleansing, that stay tuned to the very, very end. But the reason I wanted to come today and make this was because I had a dream that when I woke up from it, I just began crying. And I'm not a big crier, not because I will say this. I love crying. I love crying. But years and years of conditioning, years and years of training myself not to cry has added up to the instances when I do cry are few and far between. So when I woke up and this flood of tears came, I was kind of surprised at how much this dream had affected me. Um, but these tears weren't sadness, they were anger, they were rage. They were rage at being misunderstood, they were rage at not being noticed, not being taken seriously. So as I processed the dream, I I will say, I'm sorry, I was making sure my microphone was on. As I processed the dream, I didn't come up with any answers as far as what does anything mean. And so I'm going to spare you the details of the dream itself because there's no reason for any of that. But what I will say, what I distilled from it in my emotional self, in my um, spiritual body, from asking, okay, what do I do with this? And some things started to download. And so I just wanted to share a couple of things with you that I feel that I'm working with, that I'm working through. And if it resonates, I'm so glad. I want to be a place where you can come and you can sit and you can find not help for yourself in the sense of like, I have something and you don't. But I hope that you can come and sit with me and we can together work through the energy that is pulsing over us and around us and through us, but also to where we can resonate together and get clarity on what is really happening. And so I'm going to tell you what's really happening with me, and maybe it'll resonate with you. So before I get started to share with you, just take a deep breath. Get yourself a little bit relaxed. Unclench any muscles that are holding it, trying to hold something together, and know that you're in a safe place with me. Thank you for being here with me. I'm very grateful for your attention, very grateful for your time, and I hope that something here resonates as a gift and an offering to each other, back and forth, just resonating and feeling good. Um, okay, here's what I think is going on with me and kind of the people around me. We are in a time, obviously, like none of this is going to be news to you. We are in a time of shifting, of incredibly quick transitions. And something has shifted with our Mars retrograde yesterday and Jupiter coming back into Pisces, and we've got the moon changing signs today, and we've got a bunch of different things. So there's no question that things are shifting and things are moving. And if you are feeling that and kind of going like, where do I go? What do I do? What am I supposed to, like, we're in a moment of looking up and going, the tools that I've used, the way that I've behaved, the connections that I've made, the communication that I've had with people is no longer working for them. And it's no longer working for me. I find myself exhausted. I find myself not wanting to be around people. I find myself frustrated, and even a lot of the times just disconnected. Okay. And if any of that resonates, then you know, like there are other people that are feeling this too. Or maybe your emotional world is getting a little bit out of hand in the sense of like, I don't usually succumb to emotions like this, or I haven't felt emotions this intense in a long time. I feel like that's totally normal right now. Anybody else, if you're feeling that, just feel free to comment and let me know because hello. We all need some support right now. And just even just the resonance of, yeah, you're not alone. I'm feeling it too. Um, anyway, I'm not trying to ramble. So here are some practical ways of approaching right now. The biggest thing that I would say I am pulling into myself and feeling the energy of is observer, is witness, becoming a witness of our environment, becoming, and I'm going to add to that. Sorry for the throat clear. I'm going to add to that a compassionate witness, a compassionate observer. Dr. Peter Levine, in his book, In an Unspoken Voice, talks about when he was in a traumatic car wreck. He was actually hit by a car. And when he was in the first few moments of the trauma happening, he there was a pediatrician who had been driving by and stopped. And she didn't do anything as far as the triage. The EMTs were taking care of that. But she stopped and she looked at him and she gave him a compassionate witness. And he talks about how that compassionate witness helped him to get through the trauma as it was happening, as his nervous system was trying to process what was going on, that having that compassionate witness, that person who was not trying to make him do anything, the person who was not trying to fix him, the person who was not trying to, and none of this is bad on the EMT. Everybody was, of course, doing what they needed to do. Trauma, shock. Let's get everything together. Let's take care of everything. But having the presence of that pediatrician who sat there and looked at him and just held his hand and witnessed him with the energy of, it's going to be okay. He talks about how that transformed his ability to process the trauma in real time and how he was able to move his body as it needed to move and express, I don't want my hands tied down. I want to be able to move them and all of these different things. I recommend the book highly. Peter Levine, In an Unspoken Voice, How the Body Processes. So sorry, y'all. You're going to see a change in the video, a horrible transition, because this is my real life. And I got a phone call because I forgot to turn it on airplane mode. Please forgive me. I need a compassionate witness right now. Within my own self. So, I mean, I'll just go with it. I'll go with that example. Also, the sun has shifted. So if you see rainbows, let me know. The compassionate witness is the person or the entity observing the situation without having to change it, without having to fix it, and without having to dive into it, without getting swirled up within it. They are able to have their feet on solid ground to pull out the energy without having to reach in and get involved and get pulled down. So why is it important to be compassionate witnesses at this point? Well, number one, for the internal, for our own self, as we are navigating these energies, as we are navigating this, I feel like we are entering into a time of what we're not even entering into it as I say that. We're in a time of unknowing where very few things are solid, very few grounds are staying the same. Everything is shifting, everything is moving. And as that is happening, it can feel like we don't know how to cope. That not knowing how to cope comes because we are trying to find answers and there are none. Okay, so then we get to become this compassionate witness, a compassionate observer to our own process. And this compassion looks like whether I get something done or not, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Whether I figure out a plan forward or not, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. Whether I help everybody in the world around me or I fail miserably at it, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm still worthy of love. I'm still worthy of life. I'm still worthy of joy. So, number one, we need this compassionate observer for ourselves, to give ourselves a little bit of a break, to let ourselves off the hook for a little while. This is not going to lead. I can already hear it in my own head. Well, we can't. We won't be able to get anything done. I promise you will. I personally promise you will, because what's going to happen is as we give ourselves this compassion, this witness, this I see you emotions, I see you crazy world, I see you chaos. I'm at peace. I am peace. But you can be as chaotic as you like. I'm not going to try to change you. And as we give ourselves this energy and give ourselves this container, what's going to happen is the important action to take forward is going to slowly distill through all of the chaos, through all of the noise of shoulds and what and have to and all of that. The clearest way forward will start to make itself available to us, make itself clear to us. So I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. That is that compassionate observer effect. Now, here's where my dream comes into it, okay? Is giving yourself that energy is very important. And sometimes it's easier than the next thing I'm going to give you, which is becoming the compassionate observer for the world around us. What does that mean? That means I am not here to save the world. I am not here to change the world. I am here to witness in this moment everything that is going on that comes into my attention. I don't have to go looking for things to witness. I can trust that they're brought to me. I can trust that the truth finds me. I know the truth, and the truth sets me free. And I can witness the truth in you, in others all around me, and I can still be okay. And as I hold that frequency of I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay, I actually am effortlessly offering it to the world around me. So what does that do? When we come at the world with, I have answers, I have something to tell you, I have this book that's going to change your life, I have this thing that's going to change your life, I have this diet plan that's going to change your life, I have all of these things that are going to change your life that I have experienced, I'm going to give it to you. The enthusiasm is fantastic, but sometimes, let's be honest, we enter into this with this idea that we have something to offer, to give, to help. And what we really want is for the people that we're talking to, the person that we're trying to help, we really want them to find their own wholeness. The problem is that when we try to offer them something that doesn't rise up naturally within them, then we become their source. We become their healer. We become their healing. Instead of the powerful magnitude of you are your healer. You are connected to the source of all things. You can find the wholeness you're looking for. And I'm just here to witness it. I'm just here to enjoy this life with you, witnessing your healing, witnessing your wholeness as I experience my own wholeness, as I experience my own healing. When we've resonated at that frequency of I'm okay, I'm okay, I'm okay, we offer that as a vessel, as a container for the world around us, because our feet are on solid ground while the world around us is looking for that vibration. Now, when I say looking, again, we're talking about the difference in being a lighthouse, strong and steadfast among the waves, where people can look, and we are not diving into the storm after ships. That's not our job right now. I'm not going to say it's never our job, but right now I feel this very, very strongly. So my dream was a lot. I'll just give a little kind of why is that important? Why is the dream important? Is I was at a friend's house and there were tons and tons of people in this house, and I felt the need to like they were being very disrespectful of my friend's house, and I felt the need to drive everybody out. And I did. I was like, get out, everybody out, blah, blah, blah. I was very passionate, very angry, trying to take care of my friend's house for her. Um, and these people turned around and looked at me like, who do you think you are? And I remember being so livid, so angry that they weren't respecting, they didn't understand who I was. And then my friend came home and she was kind of on their side. Like, what are you doing? Why are you trying to clean this up? And then I just got angrier because I was like, you don't even value my energy and how these people were taking advantage of you and these people were hurting you. And you're not going to be on my side. And when I woke up and I started crying, I realized a little bit of the energy was I was using in the dream, I was using my beautiful God-given authority. But I wasn't at my own house. I wasn't in my domain. I wasn't taking care of my home. I felt the need to dip into someone else's energy, to run into their home and clean everything else up for them. And that's why I felt so angry and disjointed, was that I was not in my home. I was running into someone else's situation like a battering ram, like on demo day with a what's the hammer called? Sledgehammer. And that wasn't my place. And so the tears, I think, came from releasing the energy, because that's what I mean. These tears were just definitely like a releasing the energy of control, one more layer. And so as we go into this following week on this beautiful October, the last day of October is when I'm filming this. It is actually Samhain, and there is something about clearing out our own houses, clearing out our own energy, but being very careful not to try to dip into someone else's energy and make them into something that they're not wanting to be, or something that they're not needing us to help them become. So going back to the compassionate witness, this is where the action part comes. I am okay. I am okay. I can witness someone else's chaos and not need to change it. I can witness someone else's pain and not need to fix it. I can witness someone else's problems and just observe them. And maybe even learn something from them for myself, not necessarily for them. I don't have to teach them how to work through their stuff. I have my own stuff to work through. I don't have to bind them up and fix them up. I have my own things to attend to. And by witnessing myself, witnessing my reactions to the chaos, witnessing my own fears, my own doubts of myself, by doing those things, as I'm witnessing the world around me, I'm actually resonating in healing. I am resonating with peace. I am resonating with I'm okay. And what happens when we resonate? The world around us has a choice to either move away. The frequencies that don't fit that resonance move either away, or they begin to resonate with it also. So here is my offering to you. I hope this made sense. And if it did, please let me know in the comments, or just by, sharing this video with anybody who you think might benefit from it. And if it didn't resonate with you, that's totally fine. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm doing this as a practice for myself and because I feel like someone else might need to hear it, but I don't have any attachment to if it resonates or not, which is totally a new experience for me. Totally new. This is a new development of sharing something that's on my heart and resonating within me, and then not needing it to resonate with anybody else. But if it does, I would love to hear about it, because then we get some momentum going and we can move forward in this piece that we are finding together. Okay, last thing we're going to do together. Thank you for staying with me this long. I got a new crystal bowl, singing bowl, and I'm very excited to share it with you. I'm not fantastic at it, so if you're looking for a professional bowl ringer, you have come to the wrong place. However, I do believe that this resonance that I'm going to play will bring us each into our own heart. So the purpose of this bowl playing over us right now is going to be, I'm okay. And also this resonance, my intention for this resonance is to memorize and learn my energy. What do I feel like? What do I sound like? When I'm me and I have my energies in my body only, what does that look like? What does that feel like? On this, as I'm putting this together on this Samhain, like part of what the traditional practices of Halloween, of dressing up and that sort of thing was because there was a belief that the veil, and I believe this, the veil is thin right now. The fear in that belief is that negative entities, negative beings can come and take you over or get you or that kind of thing. So the beauty of this practice today is that I am going to remember and memorize who I am, so that no matter the entity, no matter any other person's energy, no matter when I'm driving on the highway and someone makes me angry and that anger shoots through me and comes back and shoots through me and comes back, that's not me. And so with this resonance today, I'm going to memorize and send an intention to know and to feel, what do I feel like? So that when other things happen, when other entities come around, I will have a clear picture of what it feels like to be me. And there's something extra that I don't want, and I can shield myself up. I can just simply remove the energy that is not mine, the emotions that are not mine. I can get those out and send them off with compassion, and I can observe them with compassion, but I don't have to attach to them, and I don't have to create any sort of meaning or story. So as I play this bowl, I would encourage you to take a deep breath and just begin to notice how your body feels. You may already today have experienced or encountered some different energies like anger or rage, anxiety, worry, stress, any of these things that you may have come into contact with today. Just notice where they are in your body. And as I play, I want you to let them dissolve with the music, with the vibration of the bowl. As the bowl plays, allow yourself to let go of any of these energies that you don't really want to hold on to. I'm going to play it one more time. And this time, I want to set the intention of finding me within my own heart. And as we find ourselves, the I am blessing, we will feel shielded, strong, aligned. Set the intention now to find myself, to connect with my greatest and highest and most beautiful purpose, bringing every single part of myself into alignment, and then remembering this, making this a touchstone for myself. Anytime I am feeling off or not quite me, I will remember this frequency. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Thank you for being here with me. I really, really appreciate it. You really do mean the world to me. All of you who are watching this, who are with me, who are on this journey, I trust that this video finds you exactly when it's meant to. Be so wonderfully blessed. I'm so grateful for you. Have a beautiful, wonderful day.